Hey guys, it's Bertin from OmniFlex here, and today I have a lower body workout for you guys. This is a speed work day, so for those of you that don't know, I run a conjugate program with an upper-lower split. So that's 4 days a week, and I have max effort days and speed work or skill work days. This is a speed work day, and I'm going to be focusing on my squat today. Right now you see me warming up for some speed work for box squats. So I like to go to box squats for a lot of my rep work when it comes to doing the squats. I like to just get a lot of practice, and I think it's really good to get practice at the bottom. That's what I'm doing. Now, I pretty much always will use the box squat as a primary lift in my programs. I like to develop the strength at the bottom of the squat, and if I use a higher box, I can develop the strength just above the bottom of the squat. I think it's a really good training modality, and I highly recommend it. Right now, I'm just warming up to do 2 plates or a little bit over 2 plates. Normally, I actually use bands for speed work, because I'm pretty sure most speed work involves either bands or chains. Bands or chains, for anybody that doesn't know, offers a compensatory acceleration. So usually when you're doing an exercise, there's a strength curve for the exercise, meaning that an exercise is harder at certain points than other points. So for example, the squat tends to be the hardest at the very bottom and just off of the bottom. Usually people don't have very much difficulty at lockout. So bands increase the amount of resistance during lockout. The reason I'm not using bands or chains right now is, honestly, I'm just testing my conditioning. So I've noticed that my conditioning has been really bad, especially after the injury, and I don't want to do anything super fancy right now. I don't really have to worry about adding compensatory acceleration or anything like that. So right now I want to just see how I handle doing sets of 2 plates on a bar. Honestly, this first set did not feel good at all. I felt like my conditioning was really rough, and this is only 2 plates. My squat has never been super good, but I shouldn't be struggling as much as I am with these 2 plates. So I think this was good because I got to actually test what my conditioning was like, and it wasn't good. As far as the recovery for my knee, I think my knee is somewhat recovered. I didn't really feel much pain during this, although I felt a little bit in the first set. I think you can see in my stance, I'm not perfectly balanced in the squat. When I go down, you can see my legs kind of move to the side in an uneven way, and that's not ideal. It's not what I'm trying to go for. I need to do more rehab work with my knee, because even though my knee is essentially healed, I notice that I'm compensating a lot in how I shift my weight during the squat. And even though I don't feel any pain, I know that I'm not as strong as I am before, because I'm just not as stable as I usually am. You can see I really leaned to the side on that one, and that one made me feel a lot of stress in the opposite leg, the leg that's not more extended. And you can even see when I walk out the weight, I think at this point I'm a little more conscious of it, but my left leg is a little bit more extended than my right leg. Part of that has to do with just my anatomy. So you can see my left leg, I'm locked out a little bit more. Yeah, I don't have a perfect stance at all, or even a passable stance, I would say. And that's just gonna reflect in how strong I'm gonna be. I'm just not gonna be as strong as I should be. So before I move up in weight, I really have to fix this issue. I want to compete in a month. Oh, I almost lose balance there. But I'm not sure if my body is gonna allow me to do that. Going through these box squats, I'm doing a lot of sets because really I don't know if I have any endurance, and honestly I don't have much time. So I figured I would just do a very squat heavy workout. So I just do barbell squats for one of the exercises as the primary exercise, and then as some accessory work and some rehab work for my knee, I'm doing some Bulgarians, because I think I need to really improve my unilateral leg strength and my balance. I thought, what better exercise to improve my balance and unilateral leg strength than Bulgarians, right? You can see I'm like almost falling over with these because I never do them. So this is just a warm-up. I'm not holding any weight right now, and I'm still struggling. So I think this will be a good rehab exercise for me, so I can regain some stability in the squat. I know that every time I do Bulgarians and then I go back to a normal squat, I always feel so stable on my squats. So I feel like this is like a requirement for like a really good squat. You can probably get a good squat without it, but if you're struggling, it's something that will definitely help you out if you haven't been doing them already. So I'm doing super lightweight, like these should basically be like pink weights, how light they are, but honestly, I'm pretty tired after the squats, even though it's only 2 plates, and that's effective for the exercise, and I'm really still learning to exercise. You know, I think a lot of people think that you have to go super hard when you first start an exercise, but if it's an exercise that's really uncomfortable, I just need to get myself into the exercise. So I'm thinking to myself, like, what weight can I do that is like comically easy for me, that I just don't care that much about the exercise because it's so light. And then once I get comfortable with the exercise, I'll be like, okay, I can start moving it up. So that's kind of what I'm doing with these Bulgarians. I don't even see, I think it's like 15 or 20 pounds or something like that. Now, even though I'm only using 15 to 20 pounds, I still feel my quads a lot. Now, I did do a lot of squats, but even after doing the squats, my quads felt like they got some work, but they didn't feel like sore or anything like that. At the end of these, I felt sore, but I think this is a great exercise. Once I start actually learning the exercise, then I probably will be able to do a lot more weight. This is just like a quick workout. I didn't have a ton of free time because I was in a hurry, but I figured I'd hit barbell squats because I need to practice the skill of doing the barbell squat. And as an accessory, I wanted to do Bulgarians because I'm hitting the quads, I'm hitting the glutes, a little bit of hamstring, but not too much. I'm really training the motor response. So you saw I even had to take a breath. I had to take a break because I lost my balance in the middle of that. That's pretty much the end of that workout. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Have a nice day.